this, and I was like, oh, they need the help because normally they don't do special changes until like the summer cycle. I know she needs me, but I don't know how I get fired.
I haven't been working
I'm studying less time than usual to study because I went to Dragonfly and we're moving this weekend. So I have today, which I didn't do much. I'm moving tomorrow and Sunday, and then I have Monday, which I really only have half that day where I'm at work. I have too many like major things, like all this stuff is like happening at once and it's too many things. Oh, fork. People are messaging me on Facebook about my opinions about the feelings wheel. I can't look at any more of that tonight. Spoiler alert, I don't like the feelings wheel. I find it problematic. I think that what I'm studying right now about two-factor theory of emotion, or even just the, what's his name? The James Lang theory of emotion, even that shows that you have a stimulus and then a body response and then your cognitive appraisal of the situation, or the conscious emotional feeling. So if you introduce the feelings wheel, I think that can be that cognitive appraisal, which determines a conscious emotional feeling, which is not necessarily indicating the organic bodily response, what that would eventually actually lead to. But do we even know that conscious emotional feelings are a thing? I still need to look at the research on that. We know that their emotional stimuli are a thing. Something happens. We know bodily responses are a thing. We know cognitive appraisal is a thing. But are conscious emotional feelings really a thing? Curious. And are they segregated or do they happen simultaneously? Which for me they do. Seem to. So the moving has commenced. We're gonna have to figure out how to put all this furniture or what we need in the other apartment. But we went ahead and went over there. I went ahead and went over there with Taylor this morning and we looked at it, which I really was appreciative of, and figured out where we wanted to put stuff. We might not have space for this wonderful, beautiful couch, which I'm sad because it's aesthetically attractive. But this is a hugely comfy cuddle couch, so if we can clean it up. Yeah, we're gonna figure out all this, but end of the day, we got most of this stuff cleaned up. The cats are so tired. I'm now in bed. I'm pretty tired. I had a mini meltdown today because I started getting overwhelmed from the amount of people and sounds and things in the apartment. You know, I needed my headphones and they weren't working, and I started having a mini meltdown. Whether, I don't know what's gonna happen with Jonathan with our shifting relationship. I don't know what this new chapter is gonna look like, but we're creating community. That'll make sense one day. Morning time. It's been about 2 weeks, and so, at the festival I didn't drink any energy drinks. I had a little bit of coffee. I didn't really use any of those coping skills, and I had a lot of movement, cuddle. That was the main thing. As soon as I left the festival, I said I wasn't going to, but like the next 2 days I was glued to social media, and it was a little hard because all the people that were at the festival were posting their memories on social media. Hey baby. Hi. I've also colloquially called it spiritual case management. Sometimes I call it queer case management if people really need queer accesses. But spiritual case management, in that I help people, and ex-cult case management is what I've noticed myself doing. But like if people are like leaving, you know, their home, their worldview, something, and they're rebuilding their sense of purpose and self in their life, like helping people find access to certain classes or dances, or am I doing that with myself? Am I having spiritual case management for myself these days? You know, having like a day, just probably like Monday, when I find the events that will be nourishing for me to go to, which I have a whole bunch that I've like dug up over the years. It just that are free or donation based. I'm open to more. I'm hoping to connect more with the people that I met. All right, I love showing you how community is unfolding in my life. I like looking back at the videos where I'm saying I'm looking for community, and I love seeing how dedicated I stay toward that path when it's really awful. Yeah, it was some type of mindfulness video that I watched, but that thing that goes on in my brain that's like the most mentally unwell thing about me is I heard it described as the devil. So he said we sit in our office, we sit in our car, we sit in our chairs, we sit at work, and we talk to the devil. Get thee behind me, Satan. The worries of what if I want this, I want that, you know, the future, the past, which I'm kind of doing right now. You have to, it's a fine line, but you know, and it's just this, what if this, you didn't do this well enough, so you won't get this. Your truth is in here, right now, in this present moment. This is truth. We don't even know if anything else is real, but we don't have to get into that conversation. I guess my intention for this week is to stay connected. Cleaning up. The apartment's almost empty. We're getting rid of the desk. This is the stage where it's mostly just tedious picking things up. But the cabinets are empty. We're about to go finish setting up the new place. Yay! All right, we're in the new place. It's looking really shiny. Okay, at work, I'm a bit overwhelmed. Got some work stuff to do. To, you know, do that. We have our final for our ethics class this morning where we're being an IRB, and I need to figure that out real quick. And this is the list of stuff we have to do for moving still. Me and Taylor got a little bit distracted last night. We ended up, after moving for like half the day, you know, chatting and hanging out and doing other things, which was nice. But like, there's still a long list of things that we gotta do today. And this week is finals and such. So I did message, well, I don't know if I can tell you those things in here, but yeah, I'm trying to get going with all of this stuff. I don't have that much space on my phone, so I don't know how much I'm gonna get of this, but I'm feeling so good right now. I mean, I'm feeling extremely tired, but I just mean my nervous system. It's feeling so good right now because I finally have my own apartment. It's been about 6 months of like couch surfing with a brief stint in a very toxic apartment with roommates who were not nice at all. So I finally have my own place with a roommate that is cool. If anything, the lesson that I've learned from this is it's complicated, because when I first left home, I really just had to like jump the gun without any plan and hope for the best. And like the hobbits, if I had known what it was going to entail, I wouldn't have done it. And that kind of serves here. When I got my acceptance letter from Texas State, I did not understand what that entailed at all, as far as moving and living in a different place and going to college but if I had waited until it was perfectly clear to me what was going on and how I was going to do it, I felt like I never would have gone. I think you have to live 2 years in a city to get a hold of yourself and get a hold of what's going on and really build anything. Job searching and another thing was I couldn't find housing. The housing that I was looking at had a wait list, and so I just moved in with somebody who I'd never met in an apartment that I'd never been in, and that was not the best. They were cool, but I'm sorry if you're watching, Jester, you're a really cool person, but like their apartment was very dirty. Just kept trying to go to different apartments. The next apartment that I got into was pest infested, you know, and then it was, like I said, roommates that I couch surfing for a while, and then roommates that were not good at all, that were aggressive and scary, and then couch surfing again, and then finally house hunting, and then finally this situation. So that's 23, 24, that's 2 years ago that I started that like sort of house hopping shenanigans. I do not recommend that. I think you should go find a solid place to live before you go to college. 2 years ago when I moved to college and when I left all that stuff behind me is also like the amount of time that I have not been doing my self-care routines. Like why I started going to college, why I wanted to take the next chapter in my life was because I was feeling really solid in who I was, my dance, and in my fitness, and in my self-work and shadow work. And those were all things that, like Maslow's hierarchy, you know, it required this, and then once this was gone, it just kind of came tumbling down. So I continued to pursue it, and I've met a lot of really cool people, but my fitness and my like stability as a person in that way has not been able to be okay. My nervous system. This is a good sign right here. You see this guy? I know that's probably a little gross to look at, but it's just in perspective from people that deal with this severe bloating from stress. Nice. I think I'm gonna fall asleep on this couch. This is a very comfortable couch. The cats want to join. So I should have cut you up and pull my stuff closer. The closest I got to feeling this safe was in the last couple of years was, of course, when I was hanging out at my partner's mom's house. When I was house sitting for a friend of a friend in Austin who was a pro-dom, and her house was very cozy. I think you saw it in the I'm happy that I got fired, or it was a good thing that I got fired when I got fired from my treatment center job, and went to house sit for this girl. I also just want to be like, if you're out there getting fired a lot, it's not this horrible, horrible thing. You know, I mean, there's good reasons to be worried. Like, you don't want to get fired, but like at this point, I just went off on a tangent. Sorry, guys. But my leg hurts. But I guess what I'm saying is I feel like I finally have like Maslow's hierarchy established here, and so that I can like start to like build back up on things that I really need. Like for a long time, for about last year, I've had just a few t-shirts that were from the climbing gym job, and then like a pair of leggings that my aunt gave me like 6 years ago or something, and then two couple packs of underwear, and that's basically what I had. I had one button-down shirt and one pair of khakis. So I was wearing those everywhere, because my rest of my clothes got stolen in a car theft. Insurance and what else? Phone bill and utilities and internet and rent and all that type of stuff. So it's
I think I'll just get the little pieces. And then,
Do you know where did they just pick them up? Or
I mean, they're gone this morning.
okay. Well,
I'll scoot them out there.
maybe the two go. I was thinking if we just even put them over like the other like that door. I don't know.
So I don't think they'll go. I'll just put them at a front door.
Okay.
If they don't grab them.
So here, will that one fit in here? This is my one suggestion, just for ease of transport.
Yeah.
We're looking at the feelings wheel. You can't see it, it's too far away. Okay. Okay. I thought I can feel I can feel every single one of these feelings at once. But if I stand here, can you see me? I think not. Okay, we're fine. Yes. 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 Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. 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 Mm-hmm. Yes. 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 Sorry. Yes. 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 Mm-hmm. kind of. It's not really right now. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. 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 Kinda. Yes. 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 Yeah. Not really. Yes. 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 Okay. Yay! You can't see the top part. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you can't see the top part. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Uh, I don't know. Yeah. Yes. 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 I don't know. Yes. 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 Yay! We did. We did the feelings. That's it.